The masculine role in creating trust. Every woman longs to feel safe, and every man has the power to give her that safety and the power to shatter it. Masculinity's greatest gift in love isn't charm, money, or strength. It's the ability to create unshakable trust, a promise, and a break. When I was about 12 years old, I asked my father if he'd take me fishing on Saturday morning. He said, absolutely. I couldn't sleep that Friday night. I laid out my tackle box, lined up my rods, counted my lures, and dreamed about the fish I was going to catch. Saturday came. Dad didn't show. Work had called, and he didn't think it was a big deal. But to me, I was crushed. Now, I don't want to be unfair. My father was a good man, and he loved me deeply. But that small broken promise planted a seed that said, don't count on people too much. They might let you down. Here's the point. Trust is fragile. It takes years to build and mere seconds to break. And in romantic relationships, that fragility is magnified. Men, we don't realize how much weight our words and actions carry. For a woman, trust isn't a luxury, it's the foundation. Without it, love collapses, but with it, love flourishes. And what does trust really mean? Trust is not just about fidelity, though that matters. It's not just about telling the truth, though that matters also. Trust is about consistency. Do your actions match your words? Are you reliable in the small things, not just the big things? Can she relax in your presence, or does she feel she has to be on guard? Masculine strength is measured not by how loud you can roar, but by how steady you can remain. Two men, the charmer versus the steady man. Picture two men. Man one is a charmer. He can talk circles around anyone. He makes big promises. I'll always take care of you. I'll never let anything happen to you. But his follow-through is weak. He forgets birthdays, shows up late, ignores text. Eventually, that charm starts to wear thin. Man two isn't flashy. He doesn't make grand speeches. But when he says, I'll be there at 6, he's there at 6. When he says, I'll handle it, it gets handled. Over time, his reliability builds an invisible fortress of trust. Guess which man women ultimately respect more? Charm will fade. Consistency is irresistible. How does the feminine experience safety? Let's step into the feminine perspective for a few minutes. A woman's openness, her ability to be vulnerable and loving, is directly tied to how safe she feels. Safety isn't just physical, it's emotional. She asks herself, will he still love me if I show him my flaws? Will he listen when I share my fears? Will he keep his word even when it's inconvenient? When the answer is yes, she can relax. She can lean into her femininity. She can be expressive, playful, creative, nurturing. But when the answer is no, she pulls back. She armors up. Her femininity gets hidden behind self-protection. Masculinity's role is to create an environment where her heart says, I can exhale here. Here's a truth men need to tattoo on their hearts. Trust is earned, not demanded. A man can't just say, trust me. He must demonstrate it over and over again. Let me give you some examples of trust-building actions. Keeping your word in small things. If you said you'd take out the trash, take out the trash. Following through when no one is watching. Integrity is doing the right thing when there will be no applause. Admitting mistakes quickly instead of hiding them. Confession builds trust far faster than cover-up. Protecting her dignity in public. Never making her the butt of a joke. These little things will accumulate. Over time, they form a track record that says, you can count on me. The broken bridge. Imagine you're walking across a wooden bridge. The first few steps feel solid, but then you step on a board that cracks beneath your weight. Suddenly, you don't care how many good boards are left. You don't trust the bridge anymore. That's how broken promises feel in relationships. One or two cracks, and suddenly, every step feels unsafe. Men, we must repair those cracks quickly through honesty, humility, and consistency. Masculinity doesn't win trust with words. It wins trust with actions. Charm may open the door, but consistency keeps you inside. A woman does not need perfection. She needs reliability. How do we build trust on a daily basis? 1, say less, do more. Don't make promises you can't keep. Let your actions speak louder than your mouth. 2, be transparent. If you mess up, admit it quickly. A humble apology restores more trust than a defensive excuse. 3, create safety rituals. Small habits build big trust. Text when you're on the way home. Keep a weekly date night. Pray together before bed. These rituals become anchors of safety. 4, guard her heart publicly. Never criticize her in front of others. Instead, speak words of honor. When she knows you'll protect her reputation, her trust in you deepens. 4, what happens when trust is present? When a woman trusts her man, something beautiful happens. Her femininity flourishes. She doesn't have to micromanage, question, or guard herself. She can soften, lean in, and bring out her full beauty. And men, here's the secret. When her femininity flourishes, it inspires and energizes your masculinity. It's a feedback loop. Your consistency unlocks her openness. Her openness fuels your strength. Together, you rise higher than either of you could alone. There was a man who had an affair early in his marriage. Naturally, his wife was shattered. Trust was gone. But he made a choice. He humbled himself, confessed, sought counseling, and spent years proving through consistent action that he could be trusted again. It wasn't easy. It wasn't quick. But slowly, her walls began to come down. Their marriage didn't just survive, it became stronger. Trust, once broken, can be rebuilt, but only through consistent, humble action. Men, our strength is not measured by how much we can lift, how much money we make, or how loud we speak. Our strength is measured by how much trust we can carry. Trust is the soil where love grows. Without it, nothing survives. With it, everything flourishes. So here's the challenge. Don't be the man who demands trust with empty words. Be the man who earns it daily through consistency, humility, and protection. Because at the end of the day, masculinity's highest honor is this: to be trusted. I'm Anthony Johnston. Thanks for your time. Comment, follow, share, agree, disagree. I appreciate it. Take care.